Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Nye County District Attorney Chris Arabia says he was horrified by the February 2020 allegations. He tells News 25 that warrants executed by the Nye County Sheriff's Office were 45 days after the investigation began. Arabia says he believes that gave the suspects time to cover their tracks and destroy evidence. The evidence provided to his office by NCSO did not support what the suspects were arrested for. Arabia had even learned that evidence was being deleted remotely from one of the cell phones belonging to a suspect in the case. That phone was in the custody of NCSO at the time. The arrest occurred at a home on Pahrump South Side. Taken into custody over 2 years ago were 39-year-old Eric Garcia, 30-year-old Mickey Cagle, 50-year-old Danny Hicks, and 49-year-old Vicki Bachli. Bachli is the only defendant related to the victims. All were being accused of a range of crimes, including sexual assault and lewdness with a minor under the age of 14 to bestiality. The Sheriff's Office began the investigation after a report was made to the Department of Family Services by a local doctor. It was reported that the children were given alcohol and abused by all 4 suspects. Bachli was facing 2 counts of sexual assault on a child under 14 and 2 counts of incest, with all 4 charges carrying a life sentence. In the end, Bachli took a plea deal for 2 counts of child abuse and neglect or endangerment. She can receive 12 to 72 months for each charge and a $5,000 fine each. The district attorney is asking for the time to run concurrent.
Ms. Bachli is probation eligible so long as she completes the appropriate psychological evaluations to determine that she is not a high risk to reoffend. In exchange for pleading guilty, the prosecution will not be pursuing any additional charges arising from this LEA number. Ms. Bachli understands that the prosecution will be asking for the maximum possible sentence consecutive on both of these counts. Ms. Bachli agrees to forfeit any and all computers or electronics seized or otherwise impounded in connection with this case, and she agrees to pay restitution, if any, which may be determined pursuant to a restitution hearing. She also understands that she could be court-ordered to reimburse the county for costs associated with the appointment of a public defender.
When it comes time to sentence you, I'm free to do whatever I think is the right thing. I'm not bound by the negotiations. If your attorney and you and Mr. Vito and PNP and the audience all say, give this lady probation, I'm still free if I want to, if I think it's the right thing to say, no, I'm going to max her out and send her to prison for the consecutive maximum time I can. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sentencing for Vicki Bachli will be held on June 6th in Judge Lane's courtroom. The other defendants' cases have been adjudicated. Eric Garcia accepted a plea deal and pled guilty to lewdness with a child under 14 years old and unlawful use of a minor under 14 producing pornography. He was sentenced to 20 years to life. Mickey Cagle got 28 to 72 months after pleading guilty to possession of child pornography. Danny Hicks pled guilty to 1 count of child abuse striking a child. He received probation after serving 1.5 years in jail.